Hey there guys, this is Ignite the Fire, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my Skylanders Trap Team Let's Play for Nintendo Wii U. This is episode number 2, so hopefully we can complete chapter 2, known as No Online, to 100%. So yeah, basically every time you level up you get these awesome rewards, and when you open them up you can get anything in the form of gold, a level up orb, even a hat or a trinket, and so this reward does involve gold, so we're going to go ahead and collect that already. And so before we head out to the next level, we actually need to talk to Persephone first and foremost. Well, isn't that convenient? Yeah, Persephone's cool. Don't worry guys, I actually know her name's Persephone, it's just that I call her Persephone as part of a joke, because that's what everyone used to call her, remember? So yeah, that's awesome. Basically, Persephone is just here to teach us about upgrades, so let's go ahead and learn about that. Oh wait, never mind, we've got all of our upgrades anyway, so we got no need to learn about no upgrades, luckily enough. And hey, we didn't even need a tutorial on that anyway, because, you know, we already know about all our upgrades and stuff like that. But basically what that means is that without further ado, let's go ahead and out for chapter 2 already. You bet I am, Flynn Stinks. You're really not, dude. You're really not. Gilbert's excited, but I tell you what, I ain't, because No All Island is not a great level, in all fairness. Very, very boring, and not that well designed. But trust me, this is like for you normally in this game. All the other levels, for the most part, tend to be so much better than this one. What do you think we're going to find out, Flynn? Bit foolish of him. Yeah, that's real great camouflage right there, Chaos, not really. Okay, it would seem that Chapter 2 is loading up, so I'm going to go ahead and let it do that. But like I said, fortunately, the loading screens for this game are so much more better than what the ones for Swap Force were. So that's convenient, pretty much.
Supposedly you could ask these stoneheads like maybe we're buzzes. Made a big thing out of his secret ninja tomato skills, and he's not even here. Who says I'm not? Used my secret ninja commando training to sneak right up on you. Just like I used to.
What ninja thingy thinger? I'm just like Flynn here, I can't even pronounce his ninja tomato skills correctly.
Just follow me, Skylander.
But trust me, whatever these ninja tomato skills are, I don't think Buzz actually has them. So yeah, let's head back here and be vacuuming up these goodies. Or maybe not. I don't think his vacuum gun is as effective in this game as it is in previous games, unfortunately. And what do you know? Skylanders of Life element is stronger, but we're not gonna worry about that just yet. Because first of all, we have Balloon Redemption, which is basically a villain quest under Cooper's name.
Yeah, I wanted to run by you here. It's about our new buddy, the Gulper. I think I know a way you can make things up to the good people at the Soda Fest. Just send him over to me and I'll explain everything.
So basically, with these villain quests, if you capture the correct villain and bring them to the villain quest, and what you can do is you can earn yourselves a brand new evolved skin for your villain if you complete it successfully. And this new skin not only makes them look cooler, but also gives them extra time as well, so it's convenient. Not to mention some of them even give you special rewards, such as hats and things like that. So they're highly worth endearing yourself in, pretty much. So if you see a villain quest and you have a villain for it, be sure to complete it, pretty much, that's what I'm saying here. But yeah, they're a cool little addition. I do like these villain quests here. Okay, so we can only carry 4 balloons at a time, which is unfortunate. But hey, I'm sure we can make do with what we've got right here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give this kid right here a balloon. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to travel to the kids who are the furthest away right now, so then we don't need to worry about doing that later on in the challenge. Nice. So now we've got one last balloon left in our little haul of so far, so after we've delivered this one, we're going to need to head back to the main area to go and get some more, pretty much. Yeah, this guy's so cool with his trident, I do like Gulper. But either way, as you can see, I've already completed the villain quest for this dude. He's already got his evolved colour scheme. But either way, there is one really confusing thing about this game, and that is, once you create a villain quest, once you complete a villain quest and you get your evolved skin, sometimes if you send the villain back to the villain vault, they're going to lose the evolved colour scheme and stuff. Well, there's actually a very simple solution to this. What happens is that each trap has its own data. So once you complete a villain with a certain trap, that certain trap will remember that you've defeated that specific villain quest. So what that means basically is that if you send a villain to the villain vault and then use a different villain to trap them, because you haven't evolved the villain using that specific trap, you're not going to have your evolved colour scheme anymore. So yeah, that's just how that works. It's pretty confusing, I know, but they did the best with what they could, I suppose. Just like me, really, doing the best with what I have. I don't have much, so I might as well make the best of what I do. Okay, let's take out that dude right there. So I believe there's a kid right over here who needs a balloon. So here you go, mate. Because all kids love balloons. But then again, that's not far off. I mean, I know a lot of kids who like balloons, but I also know a lot of kids who are scared by balloons purely because they hate it when they pop. But me, when I was younger, I didn't like balloons for balloons. I liked popping balloons. I liked being, like, basically the mean person who would go around popping everyone's balloons. Yeah, that was me as a kid. I was a glorious child, I'm telling you. Either way, now I'm just trying to remember where the last person is, but I have a pretty good, idea of where they are, so hopefully I'm correct by that. And I wasn't indeed correct by that. This is where the last kid is, so now we've given all 10 kids a balloon, so that's great to say the least. Awesome. So yeah, back to Know-It-All Island we go, and there's actually a little trick you can do with these. So basically, as you see that loading screen there, what it basically does is that reloads the whole level entirely, basically meaning that it resets your No Lives Lost objective. So if you lost a life, before getting to that villain quest, and that means that if you complete that villain quest after the levels are successfully loaded back up, the no lives lost counter is reset. So if you go through the rest of the level and get no lives lost after you've completed the villain quest, that means you'll still be able to get the story objective for it. However, all of your other collectibles will still be part of your collection because they have saved, because once you collect a collectible, it automatically saves your data, so that then you don't need to collect that collectible ever again. And so that basically means that, you know, even if you do die, if you have a villain quest in the level, then as long as you complete it successfully, then as long as you don't die afterwards, you'll get no life source counter, which is an extremely useful cheat, and it's going to be very good for later levels later on, because if I die before the villain quest, then that means that when I get to the villain quest, I get pretty much a second chance near enough to get that no lives lost objective. Awesome. Okay, let's take out these guys first. Vacuum up some more dudes right here, some dudes who deserve to die. So as you can see, there's some Traptanium right there, so we're going to go with none other than Head Rush for this little Traptanium zone right here, and as you can see, her horns are all over the camera and stuff. I hope you guys appreciate that. The camera just loves her, apparently. But hey, it's not like I hate Head Rush. Head Rush is actually really fun. I got nothing against Head Rush myself, personally. And Gulper is yet again speaking to us. How awesome. Like I said, if the villain's talking to you, can get a bit freaky sometimes, but for the most part, it's fine, you know, just a fun little gimmick to endear yourself in, pretty much. But either way, it is time to tussle. And we both know who's going to win this tussle right here. It's going to be us. In fact, we're not just going to win this right here, we're going to annihilate this guy. Oh, right when I say that as well. I forgot that was on Nightmare mode, in all fairness. Okay, let's swap out the Gulper. Okay, for some reason I wasn't attacking the enemy that I wanted to. There we go, that's the enemy that I wanted to attack. So now we can focus on this guy right here. Oh boy, there's even more enemies coming in now. Nice, we got him. So without further ado, let's get our Earth Trap onto the portal. Yeah, that just shows how much harder Nightmare mode is, because this guy, like, absolutely annihilated my health in Nightmare mode.
Tussle Sprout trapped.
Well, I guess if the seasons can change, so can I.
Okay, so we're going to select Tussle Sprout for that there trap. And it's time for him to even the spore, so that's going to be useful. Wow, 156. But then again, Head Rush is fairly quite low leveled, so she had a low health to start off with, I believe. At least fairly low, you know, not very, very low, especially since she has more health than most other Skylanders, but still low in general. In fact, I bet you Head Rush at level 10, when she has max health, has more max health than what Trigger Happy has at level 20. And knowing Trigger Happy, that's probably the case, because Trigger Happy is known to be the Skylander with the least amount of health. But I suppose that's because, you know, Trigger Happy is very agile and maneuverable, so he can avoid enemy fire very, very easily. And so that's why he doesn't really need much health, because he's not hit too often. So if he had too much health, he'd be too overpowered. He's overpowered as it is, so being overpowered in terms of health and attack power, yeah, they got to balance the Skylanders out somehow, and to do that, they gave Trigger Happy significantly lower health. But either way, we're going to go with Rhino right here instead of sticking with Head Rush, because, you know, who wants to be boring and stick with the same characters all the time, right? Awesome. Rhino's awesome motorcycle right there. So now, without further ado, let's go opening this chest right here. So if you guys are wondering why I'm using Series 1 Rhino instead of Hog Wild Rhino, which is the Rhino that actually comes from this game, I'm using this version of Rhino purely because, this guy is not maxed out yet, whereas Hog Wild Rhino, he most certainly is. So now we're going to push this down here, and what this will do is it will give us access to a hat, and you'll see how in a second. So this will weigh this area down right here, and so what that will do is that will lift this area up, and so from there we'll be able to make the jump up to this area right here, a jump that we couldn't make before, but we can make now. So, you know, those weights were conveniently placed there for our convenience, it would seem. And we got a sleuth hat, so an interesting looking hat to say the least, but no, we're not going to bother wearing it. So let's exit without further ado. And here's our first knucklehead. These guys have some awesome stories to tell us, so I'm going to shut up and let you guys listen to it. Yeah, those are some awesome stories. Not only do we get some awesome stories from those guys, but we also get a nice little gold reward from that, so that's great to say the least. So let's get punching some of them crates right here. And now let's push these into the correct position so that then we can access to the next areas of the level. And hey, this one talks about Dreamcatcher, I believe, so let's go ahead and listen to that. I hate riddles. No, not really, guys. I actually really love riddles, especially since I'm really good at riddles. It's puns I don't like, it's just that puns and riddles are so similar, I actually got mixed up between them for a second there. But either way, I watched a video on YouTube. I watched like 5 riddles that only the top 5% most intelligent can answer, and guess what? I answered all 5 of them correctly. Some of them were quite easy though, like some of them you wouldn't expect only 5 to be able to like answer. It's just that really riddles have a very easy answer. Like riddles are basically very easy questions. It's just that the thing is that they try to have clever like wording, so they can try and like outsmart you. So you think with riddles you kind of like think something complicated. You have complicated thoughts because you don't think riddles are going to be simple. But then it turns out that the answer is actually really simple, much more simple than what you thought. So it's kind of like second guessing yourself. It's same with the easy question in exams. Like easy questions in exams are ones that most people actually get wrong, and that's purely because a question can be so easy that you wonder, is it seriously that easy? There's got to be more to it, and because people think there's more to it, they end up like overthinking about it and getting it wrong, and that's really silly. Just think about the answer, don't think about like how easy or hard the answer is to get. Because if you get it right, that's what matters, alright? So yeah, don't second guess yourself, really, that's what I'm saying, because second guessing yourself is an easy way to lose marks on both riddles and exams and stuff like that. So just, if you think you got the right answer, just stick with it. Okay, nice. Okay, so there's a Traptanium cluster over here, so what we're going to do is we're going to axe for the max area right here. And you guys can probably guess what character I'm going to use because of that catchphrase I unleashed on you fellas. If you guys guess Bush right, you guess correctly. Okay, despite the fact that we just opened up the area, we're not actually going to go straight into it straight away, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to make our way over in this general direction here, and first of all we're going to collect the story scroll. And of course we're going to listen to it, because why would we collect the story scroll and not listen to it? That's absurd, I'm telling you. Yeah, I really don't think you can do that, mate. So let's head to this area over here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to open up the life gate, but we're not going to use bushwhack to explore this here area. We're instead going to use Polar Whirlwind to explore this here area. Now, I've got to be careful with her because she's very low leveled at the moment, because I've only ever played her 3 or 4 times. So yeah, got to be careful indeed. But hey, she should be fine, especially since we have Tussle Sprout to help us out. So she should survive, hopefully. We will survive, hey. Okay, we're going to use that bomb right there to blow up some of them trolls. Nice. That worked out very successfully for us right there, so that's good. So now let's use this bomb on that there tanker, without further ado. And let's also be collecting the gold from these here pumpkin thingies, because you know gold is going to help us upgrade, and we need those upgrades for her, trust me on that, guys. So yeah, let's head up this chainsaw right here, collecting gold as we go along. You trolls think you can take care of Polar Whirlwind? Well, you guys are going to need to think again. Right when I say that as well. Okay, let's use Tussle Sprout to finish these guys off. Okay, we've got to be careful not to hit those blades, because those blades are pretty much going to be an instant KO. Oh, that's a bunch of gold right there, how useful. But either way, because I don't want to risk losing a character, especially at level 1, where level 2 even, we're going to swap out. And so, who am I going to swap out for, you guys are probably wondering? I'm going to swap out for a character who was highly underutilized in the previous Let's Play. It's just about time we got the spotlight. And that character is none other than Popthorn. So if you guys are wondering why I'm picking life characters over air characters, why I'm picking air characters over life characters, that's what I meant to say, it's just not what I said, so, failure! But either way, the reason why I'm choosing air Skylanders over life Skylanders is because, basically, the next air zone coming up is off the air element, so I may as well stick with these guys rather than the life guys. Okay, we're gonna head back. I would just go through and take the hit from Chainsaw, but the difference between, but why I'm not doing that is purely because, it's on Nightmare mode, and, you know, they hurt a bunch more in Nightmare mode than what they do in, any other mode. But either way, if you guys think this area looks familiar, that's because it should. It's very reminiscent of the Fallen Forest level from, Spyro's Adventure. In fact, it's almost a carbon copy, it just has a few new additions here and there. And that's actually awesome. I love the fact how they took an old area and they redid it in this new game. It's actually really, really cool. I do appreciate of that. And as for the hat, we've got the Hedgehog hat. So of course we're going to wear it. It's going to look awesome in the sky. I mean, like, look at that. So many spikes for this dude right here. So yeah, as you can see, it is indeed dedicated to the air element, this area. And wow, I sounded like Yoda again right there. Too much Yoda in this Let's Play up scene. But hey, there ain't no wrong with Yoda. Because, like everybody knows, Yoda is wise and awesome. Like, you can't say it with a straight face that you don't like Yoda. Trust me with that, guys. And you can't say it with a straight face that you don't know Yoda, either. Nice. Okay, we've got more enemies to take out. Okay, can we attack Buzzbeak from here? Oh no, unfortunately not. That's a shame, innit? Nice. Okay, so far this is going really well. I think we got this Popthorn right here. Yeah, Popthorn is too broken. Love this guy so much. Nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap back to Polar Whirlwind after we've trapped this guy, because we're basically going to earn a legendary treasure from this, and the treasure would be better off with Whirlwind than what it would with Popthorn, because Whirlwind needs upgrades and Popthorn is not. Sorry, Buzzbeak, I don't speak bird. Yep, still don't speak bird, buddy, so that's a huge shame, innit? But either way, as you guys can see, I do in fact have the extremely rare snake trap, so that's cool. Or at least for, yeah, snake trap, I know that's rare. In fact, I'm pretty sure all of these snake traps are rare except for the life one. At least I think there was one for life. Who knows, I could be, like, failing miserably right now with recalling what elements have what sculpts, but hopefully, I'm pretty sure the life element had a snake. And I'm pretty sure that's the easiest snake to get. Either way, we got 500 gold from that, so let's advance without further ado. Oops-a-daisy. That could have gone a bit better. So yeah, let's talk to this Marble right here by the name of Blobbers. Do you guys remember him from the first level of Spyro's Adventure? Because I do. Oh, that was a bit silly for you then, wasn't it, Blobbers? Oh yeah, it was about time. Okay, let's get on the steam thingy then and head right up here. So there's actually another stone head right in this general direction over here, so we're going to go ahead and pay him a little visit.
I tell you about his claws are sharp and pointy. He howls up at the moon. It's doomed for those that listen when he plays his evil tune.
Okay, where's a watermelon when you need it? Seriously. And also, where's a Persephone when you need her? Oh, I bet you guys are so triggered right now. Did I trigger you? Good.
I was going to take you up this vent too, but it appears to be completely plugged up. All you have to do is push that boulder up there onto this other steam vent right here. There, the steam pressure will be so intense, this plug will shatter. Oh, that's going to be very exciting.
Okay, let's be collecting that gold right there, and then we can push this here, thing. We're just going to stick with that into the hole so we can plug up the steam and cause the pressure to be diverted to the other block, and that will basically shatter it, so that then we can ride the steam up to the next area. So yeah, just a bit of science for you guys. So science is fun.
Ride the steam again.
Awesome. So one thing you can do is you can drop back down here, and then you can destroy these crates for a little bit of gold. But normally I don't recommend that because it's only 3 gold, so like, it's not really worth going through all of that pain just for 3 gold now, isn't it? But either way, there's a dark elemental gate over here, as you guys can see. So the only trap master who's able to open up this gate is none other than Nightmare. So we're going to go with none other than her for this next mission right here. Or mini-mission, I should even say. Mini-mission actually sounds awesome. Even though they're technically side quests, but hey, I'm going to call side quests mini-missions from now on. Just another way to trigger you guys, I suppose. Either way, we've got to push that right up there, because that's where that piece needs to be located. Now we need to push this over here for now. Yeah, this area is a very well-designed puzzle. I do actually like the puzzle in this area. So now we've got to push this over so that then we can jump on the bounce pad and head up here. Oh darn, missed that completely. That as well. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to approach a bounce pad from behind, so that then hopefully we can gain the air that we need. Nice. Okay, so now let's push this ball into the position that needs to be in. Whoever it is that it's going. Okay, there we go. I just realised that you don't actually need that to push that ball. It just goes into the position it needs to be in automatically. Oh darn, I think I forgot about something. Yes, I did. Oh, my bad. Huge mistake on my behalf, guys. That's the thing with having so much to remember with this game. It's hard for me to actually remember certain things, especially since this is actually my second time doing this. I've only ever done this zone one time before now. And so that's why it's hard to remember everything and anything. But either way, we're in fact going to preview Blackout, because why would we not want to? This guy's awesome. Awesome, so now we're going to push this down, because I completely forgot to do this before now. And now we're going to push this thing to the side, because now is actually the correct time to be doing that. So now if we hit this switch right here, that'll push the ball and it'll make it go across those little platforms right there and into the hole over there, which will give us access to the hat. Because it will open up the, like, bars that are in front of it. So yeah, that's how you do that puzzle, guys. I know I made a mistake, like, halfway through it, but, you know, we just got to take a deep breath and move on, you know. We all make mistakes, but what's important is that we learn from them. And hey, I bet you guys learned from mine, so it's a mistake well made, or at least I sure hope it is. Because, hey, I don't need to learn from my mistakes, I can learn from other people's mistakes, and you don't need to learn from your own mistakes, guys, because you can learn from mine. I'm just helpful like that. But either way, we've got the skip hat, so I'm not going to bother wearing that, because this hat looks pretty awesome on the Nightmare as it is. So without further ado, we're going to carry on with the level already.
Skylanders of the air element.
I know Skylanders of the air element are strong on the zone, and you know what, I'm not going to bother swapping. A, because I can't be bothered, and B, because it takes up too much time for the, like, opening phrase. So yeah, basically, that's my answer for everything. Can't be bothered, or takes up too much time. So if I don't give you guys an answer as to why I do stuff, just assume that it's for one of those two reasons. So let's jump right up here, and this is where we will be located, such boulder. Yeah, I love the fact that we have returning characters from previous games in this game. That's a really nice touch. Whoa boy. Were we, like, inside the rock for a moment there? Maybe that was just a texture glitch. You know, it happens all the time in this game. This game is very common for such glitches. But hey, that's what makes it so fun. I love this game, because this game doesn't have game-breaking glitches, it has fun glitches. And that's the sad thing about the Skylanders franchise. It's so polished to a point where there's actually very little glitches out there. And this game is actually the most glitchy out of the whole bunch, so that's why it's so much fun, because it has all of those fun glitches. And then, of course, there is Superchargers, but Superchargers, the glitches aren't fun, they're annoying, because most of the time Superchargers has a tendency to freeze without warning, which gets very, very annoying. So let's be previewing Food Fight here, which is actually one of the starter pack characters, so it's convenient that we're getting his soul gem this early on into the game. Yeah, the thing with this game is that you can collect gold so easily, so they expect your characters to be upgraded very, very quickly, so that's why you can find starter pack characters' soul gems very early on in the game. Oh, that guy hurt. Okay, we're going to take him out for that. Nice. Now he's done. But either way, it would seem that Skylanders of the life element are strong on his own, so I'm thinking to go with a little bit of Shroom Boom. Looking awesome there, buddy old pal. So let's get shooting and hopefully we'll be sporing. Actually, that sounds kind of weird now that I'm saying it out loud.
Trolls must have sent for reinforcements. We're doomed.
What kind of attitude is that, soldier?
I'm, not a soldier.
Then this probably isn't the place for you right now, buddy. Why don't you take a hike and let the professionals handle things?
With pleasure.
Okay, let's get right onto this cannon right here and be shooting these guys right out of the sky. Yeah, basically what Buzz said right there. Okay, here comes the introduction of Slobber Trap, not to be confused with Slobber Tooth from Skylanders Swap Force, because trust me, I get confused with the two of them all the time, purely because the names are so similar, and the characters themselves are actually quite similar as well. I mean, like, one of them is a dog-like character, and the other is a turtle character that have similar-like designs. Note that I said similar-like, not, like, completely the same. Nice. That worked out well. Yeah, this guy's awesome. Yeah, there's them guys all sorted. Didn't even give them time to land. But that's how we deal with things around here. Okay, where are the enemies? I want to pull off my wow power ability. This guy's wow power ability is awesome. Okay, guys, watch this. Ready? Okay, I don't know why his, like, little, pinball thingies didn't spawn in. There we go, watch this. Boom! Is that not awesome? That is so awesome, guys. Love that ability right now. Okay, now let's take it out Slobber Trap without further ado. Okay, watch out for his bite, because it hurts, especially in nightmare mode. In fact, even in hard mode, it's quite difficult to deal with. Okay, we're going to take out the ship right here. We're going to prioritize that, because that means that less enemies will be spawned in. Oh, what do you know? I tricked Slobber Trap into, like, chasing me off the edge, and if an enemy goes off the boundary of the stage, they're defeated automatically. And that's really good for boss fights, such as for Chompy that launch at you. You can literally trick them into going off the side. It's such a troll move, and it's so cheesy, and that's why it's so great. So yeah, I love boss fights like that. It's so fun to pull off. And I did it on camera, so that makes it fit even more better.
Slobber Trap trapped.
Apparently, all the dogs hate mailmans for some reason. Or if you're Garfield, you're a cat and you hate the mailman. But either either way, we're going to head backwards because basically there was a villain quest dedicated to the Slobber Trap early on in the level. So if we want to complete that villain quest, we basically need to backtrack a little bit in order to do so. We're not bothered about Golden Queen, we're bothered about this, Gumbus's fortune.
Hey, Skylander, I came to Know-It-All Island looking for advice on how to make money, and all the Stoneheads told me is that some of it is over there. Now I just need some way to get to it. Hey, I know. If Slobbertrap could come here and push this big old statue down, it would make the perfect bridge. Sounds like a real long shot, but hey, here's hoping.
Never give up on hope, trust me on that one, guys. And here he is, Slobber Trap, exact whatever you were you were looking for.
Nice going. Although it turns out after talking to the Stoneheads some more, money is not what I really need. So feel free to grab all that treasure for yourself.
It's funny how we have that huge explosion to signify that this guy's getting a new colour scheme, and yet because this guy's already evolved, nothing even happens. That is actually kind of hilarious. But either way, look at Shroom Room, look at how little damage we took on Nightmare Mode. It's so great, so cheesy, so awesome. And I know I said before that I don't like cheese, really. And by that I mean I love the food cheese. Cheese is delicious, but I mean I don't like cheese in movies and video games and stuff because it means it's being silly. But I don't mind cheese in video games as much, because being silly in video games, you know, that's technically what video games were made for, right? Messing around. But in movies and TV, however, that's where I don't like cheesy situations. So without further ado, let's get firing at enemies. Oh yeah, sorry I'm such a chat box right now, guys. I know I talk over the dialogue a lot. So hopefully, I'm going to try and stop that, but, you know, if I can't, then I do apologise. But hey, it'd be pretty boring if I'm not talking, right? I mean, like, I cannot watch a Let's Play of a game without commentary. It's just too boring for me.
This escaped Doom Raider gang. They say no one is half the battle. Know what the other half is?
Is it battling by any chance? Called it.
Academy, figure out where we can do some more.
Awesome, let's get to it then, shall we? So yeah, I talk a lot, that's my personality, so pretty much deal with it, you know. I can't really change my personality for these videos, and those who tell me to talk less or that I'm weird, you know, that means that they're here for the gameplay, they're not here for me, and that separates, like, you know, the fans from true fans, I suppose. So if you are here for me, thanks for that, guys, I really appreciate that. It's good to see that some people enjoy my personality. Great to see that, indeed. So without further ado, let's, watch this cutscene in peace. I'll shut up to let you guys enjoy it without further ado. That's quite a scientific conclusion there, Mags.
And I are no strangers to bad guys here, Max. We've dealt with the likes of Chaos, the Archaeans, Greebles, you name it. All due respect, kid, these Tomb Raider hombres are a lot more dangerous. To track down and capture each one. Pronto! Not a problem, Buzz, my man. You just tell me who we're going after first, and consider him.
I'd suggest the Chompy Baby, mainly because in all the records, he was the only one who left a forwarding address, Chompy Mountain. Safe bet you'll find him there. Oh, and I've also made a few more additions to the Academy. Check them out.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do that, but we'll do that in the next episode. But man, how convenient is it that Chompy Mage just happened to leave his, like, forwarding address? And this is a very special gate, by the way. Basically, I'm going to let Buzz explain it because he can explain it much more better than what I can.
Special places. That's why it's such a special gate, you know?
Oh, well, that's cool. Good to know that special gate leads to special places. Never saw that one coming. But with all that said and done... Okay, that was weird. But either way, now that Slobber Trap has said his goodbyes, it's time for me to be doing the same. So thanks so much for watching, guys. And I'll see you next episode of this here Let's Play. But until then, peace.